world needs an entire reset, and we don't need to go back to the way it was because it was dysfunctional. But some of the positive things that I do see happening are people collectively coming together, connecting with each other, becoming more aware of some of the world issues versus just our own issues personally or even nationally. And the globe coming together to propel us into a new situation that will benefit all of humanity, but hopefully all of life itself, meaning every living organism, every living thing, and planet Earth herself. So, Space and Time. Y'all know I'm long-winded. Space and Time, the song, if you haven't heard it, it's on all digital and streaming outlets. But let's get into the video. The video I shot in my backyard, on the side of my house, in my neighborhood, and one of my homies from high school, he has a grandfather that has some property. And I just want to let you know that this entire video was shot on all Black-owned land, which in 2004 my spirit told me to settle on so that I could grow food on my property and be self-sufficient in case the world was in an uproar and chaos. And I followed my spirit to be able to take care of family, put a studio in my house, be productive, knock out a lot of priorities all at once instead of becoming a spender or a materialist. And it's definitely paid off over the years. And this is my, let's see, how many years have I been independent? I started my independent label at the end of 2007. Let's get that correct. 10 years later, I got nominated for a Grammy. And I'm still here in 2020. So 12 full years almost of being an independent artist. And it's been very rewarding. It's been hard for sure. But I do lead with my heart and passion. And I hope that you can feel that in the music and in the visuals. So Space and Time, like I said, was shot in my yard, in my neighborhood, on Black-owned land as well. And I'm really proud of the video. I did it with an all-Black film crew in my hometown for the very first time. And I feel like I have an extension of a team for the very first time in the visual space in my hometown. So there's been blessings in this time as well. Not sticking to the very busy life and traveling from state to state, city to city, country to country, and, you know, not staying still. So in the stillness, I've found so much peace, discovery within some of the bad parts and habits that I have that I need to break, and just working on what I want to contribute to the world, obviously to make it a better place because we need it, but also self in order to do that. So let's get into the video again. Shout out to the director, Kirk Frazier of May 3rd Films, residing in DC. My creative director, and Derek Brown. All the credits are in the Instagram caption. JR at Way Too Raw on IG, who connected a location and did some location scouting. And my personal assistant, who started off as a fan/intern and just approached me. Her name is April Lawrence at AyoAP on Instagram. She's a part of the Planet 9 team now. And my camera, grip, gaffer, drone operators, like they really stepped in during a quarantine with masks and everything. Not that they're effective, not that they're not, but we followed all the rules to make this video, and we actually shot it at the top of May, did another day sometime in late May or top of June, and then another day in July, and finally finished editing it like mid-July. So it's finally out. I'm a perfectionist, And I know everything can't be perfect, but when I see that something is not what I want it to be, I'll continue to work at it. And that's just the process. So there's no shortcuts. And of course, when you have bigger budgets, you can do a lot more. But I work with what I work with, and it's all 100% owned and independent. So I find a way. But I'm very thankful for my team because teamwork makes the dream work. And we just made it happen in one of those times in the world with intention to serve the world with something just beautiful, easygoing, positive, relaxing, slightly healing, but at least headed in that direction. So I hope that you love it. And you can subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Maya Vivo, or the link in the bio to take you directly to the video, Space and Time. So shout out to the entire team. And yeah, I'm very grateful. And I'm going to look at your questions now and maybe go live with a couple of you and see what's going on in your world. Let's see. Fasting is good for the body and the spirit. I just needed to get to it. There's been so much temptation. Yes, Smooth Jones. Would you guys listen if I started a radio show, or would you prefer like a video show or something, a podcast? High doses of D. Okay, Cosmo Rain. Cosmo Rain. Let me write that down before I forget. Because I get distracted on here so very often. Okay, my life is complicated. I need advice. All right. Let me go live with you. Let me scroll up first. Hi, Angie. I did my own makeup. I've learned to do a lot of things in my independent career to save that budget. And it's all vegan and cruelty free. And I have toxic free hair dye, henna hair dye. In my hair initially, the color is faded to a ginger, but the color is called red wine. No chemicals, vegan, cruelty free. There are ways to this, so you're not poisoning your system. And it's going to be added in my starter guide if I haven't already added it, by the way. It's mayamaya.com/lifestyle for this free starter guide. And there's more things than just veganism in there. I list a lot of products that I use as well, and some of the things that I do in my life just to kind of keep a glow and my spirit intact. Hi, Marty Pooh. I can't wait to come on your new podcast. Congratulations, sis. And thank you. Okay. So let's see. Scroll up and I'm going to go live with Cosmo Rain if I can find your name again. Taking your questions, and I'm going to be slow because I'm trying to keep track. Trying to find Cosmo Rain. I think yes. Here we go. Go live. It's the first time I'm going live with one of you guys. Let's see if it worked. Where'd you go? I just requested you. Go live. Oh, he's or she is unable to join. So maybe you need to request me so that I can click on you. Cosmo Rain. Until then, I will keep answering questions. How's the album coming along? Well, the album is great. I work on multiple projects simultaneously, so one of the albums is coming along great. We're already 8 songs deep, but there's a lot of things like orchestra and choir and stuff that I want to add here and there, and then instrumentation. And right now, with the COVID-19 situation. Some engineers are not available, but I do engineer all of my own vocals in my studio at times, unless I'm working somewhere else. And hey, they already have an engineer there that's in the budget and covered. I like being an artist first and foremost, but I will take the time in my studio to just, lay down some ideas or record a full song and ideas as well on my MPC back here, some keyboards. I got my guitars and my bass, and my violin is in Cali right now. But anyhow, welcome to my studio and world. Um, let's see. I can't keep up with these comments. I'm looking for your questions. Hey everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Where are you chiming in from? Yes, Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony are so amazing and they are incredible to work with. If you haven't checked out the music of Louis York, you're in for a treat when you do. Oh my goodness, they got plaque on plaque on plaque on plaques on their walls in their studios. And it's just so great to be in their company because they're in tune and I feel like family is around me every time I work with them, and it's so comfortable. And we joke, we laugh, we create, we cook, we eat for sure. But it's always great to, be in good company with positive spirits in the world, in the business, um, because it can get lonely and discouraging. There are a lot of negative energies out there, as we know. But here we go. Thank you, Costa Rica X. Carlsbad, California. Hi, Crad. Men's 80. I visited Carlsbad, California, and I checked out the flower fields. Once upon a time, twice. I had a show in San Diego, and I ended up driving to San Diego from LA because the drive is almost, what, 2.5 hours at the most. And I just took my time on my way back to LA from San Diego and visited the flower fields that was recommended for me to stop by. And I saw all of these long fields of flowers and all kinds of breeds of flowers as well. I even, if you scroll down to the beginnings of my Instagram page, probably like 2014 or 15, I had like this whole obsession with flowers that was helping me heal out of this toxic relationship. I always go to nature to heal, but I hadn't had the time during that time because I was recording and hustling and everything else, legal hustle, by the way, to actually take a vacation. And when I connected with all these different breeds of flowers, it just something soothing and healing. I probably sound like a flighty hippie right now, but I'm not. And no, I didn't smoke any weed. I'm just high on life and this 36-hour power fast, water fast with Shaka bars right now. Now in my 24th hour complete of 36 hours. But anyway, yes, Carlsbad, shout out to you. I need to check out nature as soon as possible if you haven't, especially if you're living in the city. Get that vitamin D. It will boost your immune system. When I say vitamin D, I'm talking about getting in that sunlight. We need it. And please take a supplement if you are not getting any sun or both. Let's see. Hello, Goody Productions. I hope everything is good in your world. Shout out to you. All right, so question for you guys, because I just see a lot of comments, but not a whole lot of questions, which I'm here for. um, what has been going on in your world? How are you coping? How are you managing to stay positive? That's my question for you. Oh, hey, Maud. Maud says you don't age. Maud, you know that's not true. You know gravity is real. I tell Chloe, I said, hey, from the waist below. You know what I'm saying? I definitely age in different ways, but I mean, the vegan life has been really good to me and has definitely maybe reversed aging in some ways. But we all age, and age is a beautiful thing. Ladies, please take that into account and embrace it. You know, life is very special, and we tend to feel the pressure when we reach a certain age bracket, number, but time is definitely an illusion. Gravity is real, but maybe not in space. Get it? Space and time. Um, that's why I take myself to Planet Nine, where there's no gravity, in my own world with my own rules, my own time that I operate by, and getting back to, or as close to, what nature intended. I mean, nature is God, you know, the divine rhythm, the natural rhythm, um, the natural spirit, and how to tap in. I mean, diet is everything. Diet is connected to the pineal gland or pineal gland, however you personally pronounce it. And it's also connected to your chakras, your energy systems or centers in your body. And obviously, the energy that you intake from what you ingest, whether it be the television or online, the energy from other people, or laws and rules in the world that we live in, standards. But I find that being an independent thinker at all times takes me back to my own world, my own purpose, my own validation, my own acceptance. It's not an easy road, it's not a pretty road, but it requires space, it does require time, it also requires solitude. Sometimes you have to be alone. And I know right now it's very hard if you don't live in a household where you can go off to the side or in a separate room or hear background noise or have access to nature, you know, without taking public transportation, but it's necessary. And my suggestion is to get to it as soon as possible. Find a space, find a rooftop if you live in a city. Close your eyes. You don't necessarily have to meditate like you see pictures of. You know what I'm saying? But you will find your own rhythm in silence, which is meditation, which is prayer, you know, talking to your higher power. Everyone defines God differently. So, you know, you find that in your spirituality, but in stillness. That's what space and time is all about. And I've found it several times, but I always have to revisit it constantly in this world. And I do want to say this. I do want to say that healing is not pretty. It's very ugly, actually. It's a very ugly, painful process. There are tears, which are toxic poisons coming out of your eyes, your tear ducts, that need to be released. There are emotions that need to be released, whether it's through songwriting, whether it's through a healthy medium or mechanism, whether it's writing in a journal, whether it's just writing to someone. I like to think that I'm writing to God when I do write. Some people don't feel comfortable facing themselves through pen and paper. Some people don't feel comfortable talking to themselves, but you can call a friend. Today I had a beautiful conversation with one of my close friends. The first time, actually, that I've had a conversation like this since I've been off the road in March. It was very lengthy. Whew, I was choked up when I first started the conversation, but I left that conversation feeling unashamed to be human and to have feelings and emotions and to let them off my chest without embarrassment. So we all need that, and know that you are not alone. you know, regardless of how you think quote unquote celebrities, which I don't really consider myself one of, have access to, live a certain way. We all suffer from pain, depression, anxiety, bad days, heavy days, you know, and whew, it's a heavy time in the world to pile on top of our personal battles. But um, I do want to say that this record is dedicated to you and everyone that whew, has not been able to process this confusion, this fear, this pain, this uncertainty, and the losses of our brothers and sisters at the hands of violence, senseless, unjust violence all over the world, whether it be police brutality, pedophilia, harassment, abuse, domestic. I mean, the list goes on, trafficking. But I hope that this time allows us to connect with each other and with compassion and understanding, but also awareness, because we got work to do. And the only way it's going to get done is if we start on us first as individuals. And that doesn't mean that you have to do that solely solo. So I just really want to say that I'm here. One of my goals in life before I became a recording artist was to become a veterinarian or a child psychologist. And I feel like there have been a lot of instances in my life where I've been a therapist, either to myself or, you know, to some of my acquaintances. But I'm definitely interested in taking those paths more seriously, in addition to nutrition. So I'm definitely working on it and doing the best that I can slowly for all of you, but always from a place of love and um, improvement so that we can live the best life possible in this world that is so upside down, you know. So that was a long whatever that was. I wasn't really even planning on talking or getting into that direction, but it was on my spirit and my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna scroll and tune into you now. I love you and my heart is with you.